Now we are doing the application of Gauss law, and in that the first case we are taking to find out the electric field that is due to infinitely straight wire. Consider this as a straight wire having positive charge on it. Now we are interested to find out the electric field due to this uniformly charged wire. For that, let at a distance r from it is any point P at which we want to find out the electric field because of this. For that, we have considered, according to the Gauss law, we have to consider a Gaussian surface, and around it we have considered a Gaussian surface that is cylindrical in shape. Because of the shape of this wire, the Gaussian surface around it, giving the symmetrical surface, will be the cylindrical shape. So that is why we have considered a cylindrical shape Gaussian surface around this of length L, and it is at a distance r. In the curved part, it is at a distance r from the wire at every point. Here we have considered a uniformly charged wire. It is of infinite length, and P is the point at a distance r from this, where we are interested to find out the electric field intensity, that is E. Now what we have done, we have drawn a cylindrical Gaussian surface around it to find out. Next important thing in this derivation is the direction of electric field is radially outwards for the positive charge. Since it is having the positive charge, so electric field is radially outwards. Now if we see this Gaussian surface, it can be divided into three parts. One of them is this plane, another is the plane. So there are the two plane surfaces, and around it one is the curved surface at which we have considered the point P. This is the curved surface. Since electric field that we have mentioned is radially in the outward direction, if we consider point P here, and here there is a small area element dA, then dA and the electric field, because of this, they are pointing in the same direction because they are radially outward. But if we look at these plane surfaces, the angle between any area element dA and electric field is 90 degree. The angle between them is the 90 degree. Same here, if we consider any area element here, this area element and the electric field, that is having 90 degree angle between them. So if we take E dot dA for the electric flux, the electric flux is given by E dot dA. For the small element, we consider d phi as the electric flux. Since for plane surface, angle between electric field and area element is 90 degree. Therefore, this flux comes out to be 0. Now in the next step, we are going to find out the electric flux through the curved surface. So this is given by d phi E dot dA at point P. Now this electric field and the area element both are in the same direction for the curved surface. Therefore, d phi is equal to EA cos 0, or the value is ED. To find the total electric flux of the Gaussian surface we integrate both sides. The total flux is denoted by phi is equal to E dA. Here L is the length and R is the radius of the cylinder. So the area of the curved surface, that is 2 pi RL. Since total curved surface is 2 pi RL, therefore phi is equal to E 2 pi RL. So this is the electric flux. Mark it as equation number 1. Also, according to Gauss law, phi, the electric flux, is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed, and lambda, if it is the linear charge density of this wire, then lambda is equal to Q by L. We know that linear charge density is equal to charge per unit length. From here we get the charge is equal to lambda L. Now I'll put the value of this charge in terms of linear charge density in above equation. So we'll get phi is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Mark it as equation number 2. On equating equation number 1 and 2, we have equating 1 and 2, E 2 pi RL is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. L cancels out both sides and electric field comes out to be equal to lambda upon 2 pi R epsilon naught. So equation number 3 gives us the value of the electric intensity that is required. So we have concluded here that if we want to find out the electric field due to infinitely straight wire, so we have done it with the help of the Gauss law, and for that we have considered a Gaussian surface around it. This surface is having 3 parts. There are 2 plane surfaces and one around it is the curved surface. The electric flux around these plane surfaces will be 0 because the angle between electric field and the area element is 90 degree, and the dot product of that, because of cos 90 0, the value comes out for the electric flux is 0. So electric flux is only across the curved surface, and we have calculated that thing comes out to be equal to lambda L by epsilon naught, and we have calculated the phi equal to 2 pi RL. On equating, we can find out the electric field because of this straight infinite long wire easily with the help of the Gauss law.